Hello, I'm Steve Mason and welcome to the feature commentary for The Lost Boys, and I'm pressing play right about now. Now, pressing play, and I'm going to turn my light out. And Lost Boys has one of them menu screens that just starts. So you don't have a menu screen, it just plays through, you know. I love the creepy voice in the background there. Little sister. What an amazing intro. The blue water sells it, the music sells it. It's just fucking awesome. Just looks lush. Yeah, Richard Donner, director of stuff like The Goonies, and Joel Schumacher, the director of Batman Forever. Yeah, so late 80s movie, love the font as well. It's one of my favourite films ever. Last time I counted, it's got more than that, but I've got 27. I had 27 different versions of this. It's more than that now because one of the ones I've just picked up to watch tonight has the new Just Noodles mic front cover where it's green. You know, the chains are covered in green, there's a box of noodles, and as he starts here, he comes Kiefer Sutherland right there. And like his second or third movie, you know. And then there's Billy Worth, who I got to meet this year. He was awesome. There's Brooke and Alex Winter. Oh, I forgot about my phone, hang on. Yeah, so I created a movie group on WhatsApp, and that is just going to go nuts all night, so I better put that on silent. Look at that, stop there with a finger. So I seen this as a young age. I always remember the scene where they're riding around the motorbikes at the house. It's quite scary. I think the film for the time's amazing. It looks class, soundtrack's class, the actors are all breakout actors of the times, and you know, it's sort of a teen horror comedy. It's a great blend. Off the boardwalk. So I've been looking to see this at the Pictures twice. Beetlejuice, the last podcast I did, it was a double bill feature which Screen Age Kicks did. And I also got to see it out. I've actually, there's been video footage, this probably on my channel, of it out on the open, on a big field, playing as the sun went down. That was an amazing night, but it was cool as fuck. Proper cool, wrong time of the year. But this looks really good for a film 30 years old. And pop vinyls are coming out soon. I've bought the new steelbook for this, which I haven't even opened. So I might as well. I want to do all three Lost Boys. This is my new trilogy. So it'll be Lost Boys 1, 2 and 3. So you see this guy is the first victim. Establishing the Lost Boys can fly. Just love the... I think still I love him, you know. I love how it sets up. There's something dangerous going on there. But I think the casting, I mean, starring off Galore, Corey Feldman gets his name top billed. Jamie Gertz, who I've only really seen, and she's in a film with Corey Haim. She's in a film with Jason Patrick, and she was in Twister. Edward Herman, who's the head vampire. Bernard Hughes, Jason Patrick. Kiefer Sutherland, you know, quite low down, obviously Essence and Diane West. Groovin'. So Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, who this is the first film they were in, they went in to be in 8 or 9 projects after this. We're battling for auditions all the time. Corey was quite an unusual name at the time, and he's this American kid, this Canadian kid, and you know, Corey Haim was going to be in The Goonies, and Corey Feldman was going to be in Lucas, and they sort of crossed over that way. And Richard Donner finally put them together along with Joel Schumacher in this film, and a big hit. I love this montage. That guy's creepy as fuck. Again, Echo and the Hoodie Man kicking in there. It's awesome, awesome soundtrack. I've just recently put it on white vinyl. Jameson Eulander's name's well down there. She's kissing her rat. Billy Worth there. See Billy Worth and Alex Winter. Yeah, I got to meet Billy Worth at HorrorCon this year. I've got a Lost Boys tattoo. It's got all elements of the film. One of the elements missing from the original artwork it was designed off was Billy Worth, and Jade Davis drew Death by Stereo to go over the back of my shoulder. And you know, when I met Billy Worth, I was like, "Oh, I've got a tattoo." He was like, "Yeah, show me." And he just got up in front of all these people and just like, was just totally over the moon. He's like, "Hey man," like taking pictures and that, and it was fucking absolutely awesome. Like, I do have a signed Corey Feldman Lost Boys, but I got that from Matt Davis. When You're Strange. Yeah. I just love this montage. Just something like the boardwalk. Like, it was down South Shields recently for me, and you know they've got the boardwalk kind of thing. Same with Spain when I was there last year, and you've got the sun beats a different way of life. The music's just class. But there's a bit of the dummies just going up the scare, the riding that. It's just awesome. There you go. There he is. Just so random. So in the tattoo, yeah, I've got elements. I've got the roller coaster and all the theme park around the top end of my shoulder as well. So, and we're about to get to Grandpa's house. I thought Grandpa's house was always creepy as well. I think Jason Patric's had a quite bizarre career. You know, he didn't really seem to be in much, then all of a sudden he was Keanu Reeves' replacement in Speed 2, and it's like, oh fucking hell, it's Jason Patric. But he has been in some okay films. I think the last one I watched him in Prince, when he's like an ex-hitman, comes back for his daughter, with Paycheck Bruce Willis in it as well. How big is that fucking shirt on Corey Haim there? There's a lot of things left open. I'm going to talk about as I go along there, but I've actually got the graphic novels which bridges the gap between Lost Boys and Lost Boys the Tribe, and one of them elements is Grandpa becomes a vampire as well. Look at that, man, it's just so fucking creepy. At the time as well, when you're seeing this as a kid, there's another film like The Great Outdoors. It's like cabin in the woods kind of thing with all the taxidermy in it. Bald-headed bear. No MTV. Horsey. Yeah, they're coming from Arizona. The box says so. Phoenix. Hey, my hair. It's pretty creepy, that, like. That's the red light adds to it all. There's some creepy shit in the background. Is that meant to be weed? So going back to my tie, was just mentioned the Maryland capital of the world, the billboard at the front of the film. Got that on my back as well. It's got a very dry sense of humour. Fucking TV Guide. Remember looking at them to see what films are on over Christmas when you get the whole month. Like, what movies are on? You have a TV? Again, look at that blue, awesome water. That's lush. I would like hear that creepy music, you know, you never really see them fly so much in the film, but you know, that's sort of like all the bats. And he's amazing. But again, this is a mid bit of the soundtrack, but Tina Turner saxophone player there. That would be hard as fuck to do that. Again, just look at the culture, man. It's just like, you know, open fires, party going on there, you know, sort of broken like land. Just wouldn't get that now. That's an amazing song, this. Yeah. You got balloons and everything there, man. Right, I will apologise while everyone's headbanging and the saxophone player's going on there. I'm trying to upload a couple of videos on YouTube, which I was trying to do this morning. Boot sale fines has just been added. So if you haven't ever seen the second Lost Boys as well, there's a bit of a spoof where there's a very overweight saxophone player playing for money, and it's, you know, like the second one had a lot of fun, but we'll get to that when we get there. There's the guy missing. Now as he goes into here, a video shop, I want to have a quick peek around the background, because I put someone on IMDb and it never got approved. I'm sure there's a Goonies poster in the background, so I'm just going to shout. So if you're watching this in time, so the boys walk in there, there's Al Pacino in the background. So I've got Stars Born, Wanted. It's European Vacation. Nipper from HMV's there. There! The Goonies! It is there on the thing. It's right there. Fucking right in the face. There, right there on the right. The Goonies. Yeah, I'm happy that that's there. I'm going to start shooting. So yeah. The Goonies is also referenced in Lost Boys The Tribe as well. But yeah, little Goonies cutout stand in this VHS shop. It looks like they have more tellies than films to rent out. Yeah, another film I was going to do a podcast for. I don't know if I spoke about this. I'm getting bad for not remembering, because I think this is like the 4th podcast I'm doing without even looking back at them. I'm developing Predators right now, and I've done about 2 or 3 since then. There it is, the Goonies. It's right there. It's definitely there. I was even fucking bitching about that. Once Bitten, Jim Carrey movie over there. That's another vampire movie. So fucking hell. Jim Carrey is technically in The Lost Boys. There's a fucking startling discovery. Now this song here playing in the background is always the one that comes on the soundtrack, and it's just like, fair enough. It's, you know, it just don't think it should be on the album. It goes on for ages. So I'm just uploading my next video. This Sam has found the Frog Brothers comic book shop. So again, the music's just fucking meant like. So there's a. So all the years of working in retail, I often talk about this there, that look there, right now, there from Corey Feldman. That is the look I always give Annie when she used to come in the shop. I always used to be like, I think it's really, really funny. Corey Feldman and Jameson Newlander both interacted with me on Twitter when Alex went to see my Lost Boys tattoo, which is absolutely awesome. Jameson Newlander seems like a very grounded and awesome guy. I think he's the only person in the new Corey's film that's coming out. They're dead funny, the Frog Brothers. Saying that now, would you really get away with DC and Marvel if you're having a film backdrop? These wanting to nick the fucking bargain things at the front. Batman's a bit... Right, okay, so I mentioned that the Beetlejuice one, when Screen Age Kicks, they had that, and then on the flip side they had the handbook as well as the artwork, which is pretty awesome. Fucking stealing the things, man. Santa Carla Boardwalk. Yeah, and there the music there, the soundtrack, the entire soundtrack's so quick within the film. I really thought that when they brought this anniversary, it wasn't even an anniversary, they brought it out on white vinyl. I really thought that they would, you know, could they do a double disc, you know, of the Lost Boys music? There is a couple of tracks that isn't on this album, or like, you know what I mean, it's sort of like the score and all that. But yeah, it just needs totally remastering. That car scene there looks totally like, what the film was I watching recently like that? I thought maybe, what was it when the kid was in the back seat? I'm totally baffled now. Strip the roof off. Oh, Speed Racer. I tried watching Speed Racer. I got it for £1 on Blu-ray. As I say, I'm a sucker for a slipcase. That's pretty cool because you can get to see it dragged off there. The kid keeps parking up in a very similar shot like that, but no, look at Santa Claus random in the background. But I couldn't get away with Speed Racer. There's a Winnie the Pooh over on the bottom corner as well. I think that's what I love about these podcasts revisiting films. Where you fucking hell, Jim Carrey's in the Lost Boys. 57 Flip. There was an ingoing thing, like, I mean, with him as well, I mean, he's been teased out, even in Watches as well. The whole of him driving was sort of like, because he was such a teen icon, the whole learning to drive thing was such a big film for him. He's got some wild shirts like in this, hasn't he? Can you hear that dog? There's a dog. There's a couple moved in next door to us and they've got a dog. It just barks all the time. Da, da, da. Oh no. Destroy all vampires. There's another song kicking. I love this song, it's really cool. Getting more montages of the rides and stuff. Is he really just... Oh, he must have bought the jacket. Right, that's maybe what he's going on. He wasn't just painted, just looking in a fucking mirror. Star. Star. How long a mouse or when she says. Oh, here we go. Paul Ray can't work for the Lost Girls remake. Yeah, they tried for it. I think they wanted to do a Lost Girls as a good sequel, you know, like, again, going back to what they did with The Predator, where they didn't need Schwarzenegger, so they didn't need the cast from this. You know, you take the same concept and you put a twist on it, but, you know, there's meant to be a TV show, and, you know, by the third one they got werewolves in it, but then they never really established that. The Frog Brothers might have worked as a Netflix if it was done in the right content. This bit's pretty cool as well, the race. Especially the song booting in. I think it's a great product at the time as well. MTV was just really kicking off there as well. And really taking home like music into films strongly. Oh, I'm sure I turned vibrator. And who doesn't want to be fucking blasting along on a motorbike to this song? It's weird as well when the music starts fading out and it's the audio kicks in. It's a bit it's just fucking awesome, that, man. Absolutely awesome. Look at that, man, just the lighting and the fog and all that, just sweetness. This is one of the best bits of the film by far. A little bit grainy there though. I mean, Lost Boys does keep getting reissued and reissued. I don't think Warner Bros. Have took much care in Blu-rays. So, you know, it's just like restorations and stuff like that. I think Lost Boys could do with a fucking good restoration, especially, I mean, for the 30-year anniversary, they haven't even done anything for it, you know. They did a great job with the Goonies, what they did with the Goonies on the 25th, when you got the big American big box one where you got a fucking map and a video game and a bit of One Eye Willie's fucking treasure thing, and then you get the one with like a board game in it for the 30th, but they don't restore them, you know. They did revisit the Lost Boys with DVDs and make a 2-disc anniversary and bring out a lot of extras with it, you know. Just you. It's really, really grainy there. One of the films I was wanting to do was Freaks. I'm just looking back at Alex went there where I was talking before. Freaks is a very fucking mental film for a over $10 million movie. I want to do a review for it. I've got some ideas for it, but I was going to watch it and actually just do the podcast as I was watching it, making notes really. Again, look at this fucking hideout they've got. Look at that snap-on toolbox they've got going over there. You know what I mean? This is just great. They've got the hideout down. Imagine that. You come all the way back to that Evergrande and you get Margot, go and get some food. Like, fuck man, we're just at the fucking beach. Unless he's gonna just fly there. Oh, he's got a split. If you see the film Corey Feldman and Corey Haim did a couple of years later called Dream a Little Dream, there's a poster on the wall of the Lost Boys, which is great for in a joke reference there. That's a creepy voice, that. He brings a beaver in, doesn't he? Ah, that dog's totally lush. I wanted to call my husky Nanook, but it would have been too obvious, so I just went with Zealand. Fucking hell, there's a picture of Rob Lowe on the fucking wall there. Lifting up his shirt. That grandpa's, I'd fucking hear him bring that home, eh? So Rob Lowe. I wish they would do Chinese like this around here. That's so racist but so funny. See, doesn't this like, this never really gets put up on one, like they've got magic powers of hallucinations, or it's just a weird. You know, he hasn't drunk the blood yet or anything like that, but the worms. The runny noodles, Michael. Alex Winter's got some weird hair in this. Lost Boys bottle. Someone was selling one of them at HorrorCon, and when I got around, it already sold. You know, it's like someone had had sold written on it, and I was just like, "You're fucking joking." That would be a good addition. Be one of us. Lost Boys. Yeah, they've got themselves a little weird little group going on, like. And like Alex Winter just pushes him off there like he's in a wheelchair. I don't know if it's that bit. Again, this song's so iconic. I mean, look at all the dissolves and overlays. I mean, that's pretty awesome as well. Just sitting there drinking a whole bottle of wine. Oh, blood. The song's just great, like. When I seen this outside, the sun was going down about this time, and it was a lovely sunset when this happened as well. Okay, so this is the part I haven't got around to getting tattooed yet, because I'm a little bit of a wimp, because I got my chest tattooed and it knocked. And the idea is to link the back in front up, is to have the bridge tattooed underneath my armpit. It's been on the cards for a while, have them dropping down the side and keep on the purple cloudy sunset I've got going on there, but Billy Worth doesn't hardly say much, does he? It's hanging on the bridge. It's fucking mid-scene, like. You would totally shit yourself, wouldn't you? It's even though I grew up around where there's a massive viaduct bridge that used to be a train track. We don't have train tracks around here. Huh. You would shit yourself. Tweeting his voice. Oh my god. So filmed so far ahead of its time. See, director Joe Schumacher, you know, he went on to do Flatlines. It's a really good film. And you know, obviously Batman and Robin gets a lot of shit and all that, but then like he did a film called Blood Creek where Michael Fassbender plays like a Nazi living under somebody's house and stuff like that, and it's just like, what the fuck, man. You know, he's got a great style for movies and stuff like that, but I don't know, he's had a bit of a wonky career, I think. Look at that random sock on the floor. What's he been doing? Oh, star. That's how I woke up on fucking Sunday morning after a night out. Again, another loud, a very loud t-shirt. Video review, how to shoot your kids. How to shoot your kids. Okay, that's just got wrongness written all over it. Look how creepy that garden looks, man. Even there, Jason Patrick just appearing in the fucking background, creeping around. Still really grainy there, like. This is a bit I remember as a kid. There's another film as well I haven't been able to track it down if anyone's listening to this and knows. So there's a woman looking after all the kids and all that, and these faces bang against the window, and she's like goes on this fucking run trying to look after these kids and all these water environments and stuff. My God. It's like little shit like that. It's quite a creepy film, you know. Don't open the door. Go have your bath. Still not convinced about this audio on this television, like. I'm sure there's a bit where the kid they're looking for. See, here's a song there that could be added on the soundtrack. Yeah, I'm sure that the kid's on one of the milk bottles. Very grainy. Just love the audio there as well. That bath looked massive for him to be postured like that, like. Oh God, that's been posted here. Pretty brutal cut in his hand, like. I don't think this bit's aged well. dear, poor Ray. It's alright. God damn. Well, you wait a man finds out. So what, it's getting hot again, like it's been so hot the last couple of days. Stick. See the whole like thing about how he flies when he's levitated to the roof there. Ah, he's gotta go away. Huh. It's really grainy, like. I know you're the flying. I called my tribute for the Lost Boys of flying. Not a lot of people got it. And I was just like, well, so I want to call it. Oh my god. There, the kid is on that milk bottle there. Almond toast. That's some beast of a truck, that, like. And see, comes the red heron, thinking that he's now going to be next. See, again, is that a click or a trick? And the old myth of vampires being, or directly was being bats. Yeah, we totally think he's getting it here. It's an awesome set, that, like. just sitting there staring at him. Hope there's a bottle of Bailey's there. Excuse me. You're gonna be a vampire. Again, recurring music sets up a little bit of a love scene. Well, I guess the kid has just disappeared in the background. See, they're going about the lost girls and all that. Yes, a tribe of girls, but then you think about it, she's a vampire as well. She's a lost girl. There's a lost kid as well. Now it turns into a never-ending story for some reason. It's awesome footage, that, like. And friend Jack will be getting. Friend Jack, you know my podcast, you know Jack is. He's got himself a lovely drone. He'll be doing that next. Welcome to the clouds of Jack. Yeah, it shows that Guy's returning there as well. That's a great set, that, like. So far it's just really been a psychological horror. There's no being reveals them actually being vampires, or you know, it's been people killed off camera and stuff like that. So Drop my phone, it's gone. Obviously needs West washed, whatever. Went on to be quite famous for being in Edward's the Hands and Yvonne Colleen. I think she's really good in this. I think the role she's got to play, like, I think she does it well. You know, looking after two sons, going through a divorce, but being quite laid back and chilled. Oh, see, I totally added in there. Like, did he hear his thoughts? Because Corey Haim definitely didn't say that on camera. Some audio dub for you. I wish we had mailboxes like this over here. From my postman, man, honestly. If you don't catch him and you got a big parcel, like, if I'm on a late shift, I normally bump into him and he's always like, hey man, how's it going? If not, I'm sick of him putting a letter through the door going, you got a package to pick up from tomorrow. I'm like, you fucking lazy git. I better run. Definitely a stunt double. Look at that one. Is this me? The fence miraculously fixed itself twice. There's a Zodiac thing out there. See, there you go. He's just said there's werewolves there. So it's like having werewolves in the third one's not really that much outlandish. G.I. Joe comic books in the background, X-Men. I love it, it's lit there. I love this shadow on the roof as well. Fucking I tried to try and put that candle out a few weeks ago and I fucking scalded myself. It was just Patrick does turn it around, you know, he's... Don't get us wrong, I don't think he's too bad in Speed 2, but... I always say that to some people who I've never been in the house before. Is it okay if I can come in? Alright, just asking. It only breaks the ice a little bit. Ooh, kisses. I think as well as the time, I mean, they talk about Kiefer Sutherland, he was in Stand By Me, and I think a few Canadian films before that. Haim had been in a couple of movies, but like the biggest star in this movie for the time is Corey Feldman. Gremlins, Friday the 13th. This was before the Burbs, but you know it is a massive ensemble cast, but you know there's a lot of breakout characters and stars in this as well. Some funny bits here. It's a good bit. God, it's so grainy. That's really. There's even flicker damage there. Yeah, so I've got the Lost Boys in big box VHS, small box, widescreen box, horror classic box, red box, Laserdisc, UMD, digital code, DVDs, limited edition DVDs, Blu-rays. And it's just something about films, especially when they're in the 80s, all the different variations you can get, you know. It is quite great, like. And here comes that music again. So that music well gets really creepy in the middle of you hear the middle of it. Fucking Alex Winter looked off his tits there. Right, this is where the film really kicks into its horror element. Comedy aside, jokes aside. And here comes another song about to kick in that could or should be on some kind of Lost Boys new edition or soundtrack. Aerosmith, man. So I think the Lost Boys has only got 9 or 10, I think it might be even 9 tracks. Here comes a big reveal. That is proper brutal here. Great reveal. Sutherland looks mint. Billy looks mint. They all look great. The big ass contact lenses, like. That fucking evil look. Again with the music of Fly. But these are guys from earlier on. These are the guys from the boardwalk earlier on in the film. It's a bit where he bites the top of his head's fucking minging. There you go, that blood going there. It's fucking brutal, man. Look at Brooke there, man. Fuck me. Yeah, I know, like, suddenly the music cuts off and then that. The way the score is, this score should be on the soundtrack as well. It really shifts the film into a horror element right there. But fuck me, that looks terrible on Blu-ray. Like, really poor. Wow, that is so bad. Yeah, it definitely needs digital restoring. Born to shop. That would freak me out. Waking up with a fucking owl just there. It's a big ass owl, that, like, as well. What's a bed sheet gonna do to you, fam? They went on to be in the film Soul or something. It's been released on Blu-ray. I remember picking it up, wondering what it was. Soul of Warriors or Riders or something like that. But again, I mean, look at Jamie Gertz. I mean, a couple of years later, and she was the fucking top of the Christmas tree and Toys for 2 minutes. You know what I mean? She's never really had a big career after this. I mean, she's in Twister and stuff, but that's been in some television show. I know I'm not really up to date on what Patrick and Gertz have done since. Here's another song. This is another theme that could be on the soundtrack. Definitely campaigning for Lost Boys Anniversary Deluxe Edition remastered. Nosferatu. more scent that we're seeing later on. And why he would have a massive spear harpoon. Pretty awesome set and locations, like. That totally reminds me of Guest House Paradiso. The whole scene where Eddie's coming back on his moped. Trying to vamp out. I did watch Vamp a few weeks back. I got that part of my Arrow collection. The colours in that movie were fucking brilliant. I mean, although it's a horror comedy kind of thing, the colours are just phenomenal in that movie. Right, so this is a pretty creepy bit here. Especially when Kiefer Sutherland's chasing him, his face and that reveal. I think the very creepy thing as well is when Kiefer Sutherland like cries. He's got tears in his eyes. That's fucking sinister as fuck. Actually, yesterday I'm just talking about this. I watched the whole Hannibal Lecter series. I watched Silence of the Lambs, which I've seen before. I think I've got Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal on VHS, but I picked up the box set. £2 because I had a £5 voucher, brand new on Blu-ray, £7, £5 off. So I watched Silence of the Lambs. I was a bit startled by the lack of extra features on it, but I then watched Red Dragon, which is the third one they made, but it's the first one, which I hadn't seen. Thought that was pretty good. Burt Rettner, Wade, and then Hannibal with Ridley Scott, which, you know, to be honest with you, I mean, they're all very grounded kind of movies. But yeah. I think this is really fresh at the time, you know. I mean, yeah, I had every other concept back in the early like 30s and stuff like that with Bela Lugosi and stuff, and you know, like bringing the vampires in a cool, hip kind of, yeah, it just worked. Horror comedy, man. Ha! Yeah. That's great, I shot that. You know when I mentioned the films about Corey Feldman before, the fucking Goonies? I'm sure I didn't say the Goonies. The Goonies is another one. Stand By Me as well. Stand By Me was just after this, I think. No, it was before this. So yeah, Stand By Me as well. I've always found this bit a little bit creepy here. Just the way it comes out the smoke. That, yeah, I think that's just eerie as shit. So funny. Ben Roberts, not me, at warp speed. That shot there, obviously License to Drive was the next movie they made, and it would have been great if Jameson Yolanda was in License to Drive, because if you haven't seen License to Drive, Haim, Corey Feldman, an actor, I don't know his name, you know, I think the old, like, Corey Haim fails his driving test but doesn't tell anyone so they go out for the night out, and it's just a like fiasco. It's a great 80s comedy, the soundtrack's amazing, but it would have been great if Jameson Yolanda was in it. I think Jameson Yolanda went on to be in The Blob at the same time. Like, Jameson Yolanda was in Bone Tomahawk and I didn't even recognise him. I did the review for Bone Tomahawk last year, and like if I realised Jameson Yolanda was in it, which I didn't, I would have made sure his name appeared on the screen. Yeah, and Jameson Yolanda. I would have given him the handed, but I just totally didn't recognise him in it. Back to the video show. Oh, correct, we've got Carl, Betty Boo. Just trying to check out these VHSs. Oh, there's Richard Pryor, Elvis. Some big box VHSs going on there. Fiasco Kid, The Big Brand. What's that in the background? Movie Headman. Kiss of a Spider-Woman poster in the background. RCA. It's got a little RCA. It's got little things dotted around there. I love the neon lights. Hi Scott. It's great in the background. I think it looks great. There's a Spider-Woman. Killing Fields. What's that? That's great. So I was watching Hannibal, Red Dragon, and he's got like Jaws and Back to the Future in his VHS collection. Check out that red road bike, man. So we're about to go on to the final run of the film. Bit of epic climax ending. Look how much fucking garlic they've got. Oh, that's what we call it. What the fucking hell? There's a scuba man there. So if you haven't seen Bordello or Blood, which is a Tales from the Crypt movie, Corey Feldman plays, well, gets turned into a vampire in it, and he actually gets killed by a water pistol, which is totally referencing and totally knows the Lost Boys. It's a lovely shot. See, that looks lush. There's not one speck of grain on that. But yeah, so watching this when the sun was going down on the outdoor one, it got really cool, like, because where the outscreens were watching it, it just like went quieter, and there was nothing, there's no houses or anything like that, so all the shot was just like darkness once the sun went down. It was a good night. I've got the poster somewhere in the room actually of that. Look at that, like even like long dark dissolves and overlays. And the music, I love the music. He's even brought them neon lights home. Right, I can definitely hear my new neighbours through the walls, so they gotta think, what the fuck? Who's he talking to? Talking to you people out there in the world. Left my look outside, what's wrong with us? How can you leave your doggy outside, man? Bit of added suspense. The dog's like, let go of the fucking, let go of us, let me loose. That's fun. But seeing everybody see him fly. He's come smashing through the fireplace. Echo and the Bunnyman poster on the wall. It's a great scare. Ah, this is awesome, this bit. Great make effect. Hello, just scared. The dog just went and fly and rugby tackled him. That's great effects. Them two screaming like a girl's awesome. That's a great little shot there as well, with the skull coming out there just slightly, and the exploding bathroom. God, you know the toilet's got it. And this is awesome as well, the redness of this room. I think that's an awesome shot there, looking for the, you know. I think they did a lot of this with green screen balls. Well, they're standing on balls during it. When I posted a picture of the VHS that got signed up, Billy, everyone was just like, death by stereo. You miss sucker. And there's that song playing again. Head explodes. The fucking kitchen's his front. Sure, that's a Freemasons plaque on the wall just there as well. It's a hard fall that, like. Edward, his little big head. I love how they shit themselves over him as well. I am trying to get Casper to join us for the podcast for License to Drive as well. Casper, the original one I went to with Casper was licensed Under Siege. But I thought, well, if you break it off, we'll do License to Drive first, because me and Casper both like that film. So. It's a great shot there. Great makeup. Oof. See, in the comic books, David doesn't actually die. He comes back in the second issue. Something about him not penetrating his heart, and he comes back with a group of girls. So, it's that bright white light on him there. Why does he have a light shine on him like that for? Yeah, we're better running in the last end of the film. Red segment there. And we're about to get the final twist. Like last night when I was watching Red Dragon Kid, I didn't expect him to shoot himself, and then you go, alright, you know, it's just a red herring ending. But even like when he turns up at the guy's house and it's just like he hasn't turned up, it's just like he's there in the room, he's kidding. You think you could have been a bigger twist on that, you know? So yeah, obviously, the theory in the comic book is obviously David hasn't exploded or anything like that. A fucking line in the background. That line's awesome in the background as a prop. He comes off as a proper creep. He is quite creepy as a vampire, especially with that elongated forehead he's got going. And Grandpa knows this is all going down and just about to fucking drive through the wall. Aimed with a harpoon ready. Totally over the top ending. Frog Bros fucking scuba gears on. Yeah. Sorry I've been a bit quiet, it's getting late. And the red theme they've kept for the last 20 minutes of the film, it's didn't really explain where this red phenomenal lights came from for the last 20 minutes, like. What a movie. What an awesome movie. Just ending like that. Grandpa knew there was always vampires. Dwayne is Billy Worth's name in the film. Surf Nazi 2, Surf Nazi. The Surf Nazis in this movie. Is for Jeff. Tattoo Man. Cody is the name of the dog, and Felson is the name of the other dog. Jeff. There's a Jeff. I can stop looking now. There's a Jeff. Jeff has Burstand. Yes, typical black, standard black, white font scrolling, sort of bold on the names, capital letters on the names as well. Boom Man, Cable Man. Yeah, quickly went through that song, didn't it? Electoral rigging gaffer key grip best boy dolly grip. So next time I'll do Lost Boys the Tribe, and I'll do the first. I'll try to do it this week actually while I'm off. Yeah, it's great to revisit the films. Don't get us wrong, it's great getting people in. Like when I do them with Jack, it's pretty awesome, but I enjoy doing this. I get inspiration, and I'm writing as well at the moment, so I'm not writing any reviews, I'm writing on my own story, so it's great to watch a film and really absorb it in, and look at the background there and go, fucking hell, the Goonies is there, or look at that, because you know the film. At the moment I'm doing baboonery about shark films, so some of the movies I've watched the last couple of days, I'm watching them, but then I'm constantly writing notes going, my god, look at that CGI, like what's this film doing, is this film really on crack cocaine, because it feels like it. So Dream Quest images. Michael Bigelow, James Green, Clint Hudson. Lost in the Shadow was written and performed by Lou Gramm. Good Times is the main song. And XX laying down the law. Reproduced by Jimmy Bond. Don't Let the Sun Go Down by Me, who was on with Elton John. It's performed by Roger Daltrey. People Are Strange, written by The Doors, but it's obviously performed by Echo the Bunnymen. Cry Little Sister, Jared McMahon. He has went on to, I'm sure he's changed his name, He's on the it's Run DMC, Walk This Way. Groovin'. The Rascals, there's another song we could add on it. Yeah. Reform Schools, poster provided by there you go, Reform Schools, poster provided by. So it was copyrighted in 1987, and this is the very end of this podcast by the looks of it, as the sun is going down in this picture. Original soundtrack is available on Atlantic Records, cassette and compact discs, distributed by Warner Bros. Home Movies. So yeah, this has been the Lost Boys podcast, and I'll see you next time for Lost Boys the First.